Is creatine going to help you as a runner, and should you be taking it? In my opinion, I believe every athlete should be taking creatine. I believe it's very beneficial, and the studies even show that it's very beneficial for every athlete. Anyway, let me just jump into what creatine actually does and if it's going to benefit you more as a short distance runner or a long distance runner. So as a short distance runner, you are running things like the 100 meter, the 400 meter, or even the 2 mile. As a long distance runner, you're probably running anything more than 2 miles up to a marathon or even an ultra marathon, which creatine for a marathon is going to help you a little bit, but not as much as a short distance runner. And I'll explain that here a little bit. So what creatine actually does is you get it through your food or you supplement with it. It gets stored in your muscles as creatine phosphate. So this creatine phosphate is going to be used to create ATP, which is also known as energy. So therefore, you're doing short distance running, you're going to be using a lot of this stuff in your muscles to create this ATP. So this is an anaerobic exercise. Therefore, you're relying on all this stuff in your muscles. Compared to long distance running, you're doing an aerobic exercise. Your main fuel source is going to be that oxygen. And then, of course, you're still going to use some of the stuff in your muscles. So think of like all your electrolytes, your minerals, your vitamins, and once again, your creatine phosphate that you got from your creatine. All this is going to help you be able to run a little farther, but it's going to benefit the short distance runner a little bit more because they are directly using that fuel source. Something else that's really cool. So you know what carb loading is. You know, people like to eat a bunch of spaghetti or some kind of carb before they go for a big training event. So the reason they do this is so they can get extra glycogen stores. So this is basically just extra stuff in your muscles that your body is going to grab onto to create this ATP, to create this energy. When you supplement with creatine, what's actually going to happen is your body is going to grab onto this creatine phosphate first before it will grab onto any glycogen stores. Therefore, it's going to grab on that creatine, create the energy, and then grab onto all the stuff that you ate for carb loading, so grabbing onto that glycogen. Therefore, if you can have more energy to perform more reps or to run a little farther, why would you not take this benefit? So right here I have some creatine. Personally, I've been taking creatine for the past 10 years. I did take a break when I wasn't lifting, but I've been running for the past 2 years or so, and for my credentials, I have ran 1 marathon. I ran a half marathon. Now I've ran a distance of a half marathon a lot more because I like running, but I don't like paying money for races unless I'm actually really training for it. And right now I am training for another marathon, documenting that whole journey. So throughout my YouTube channel, I document my business. I give fitness advice like this, as well as just kind of telling you my personal journey and what I'm doing because I like to document it. So talking about creatine, we do have this guy here, little self-promotion here. So this is the Hybrid Athlete Blend, or the Boosted Blend, which we're now calling it. And this here has creatine, essential amino acids, branched chain amino acids, and a bunch of other electrolytes, minerals, and vitamins that are going to help with your recovery. And honestly, this guy here has been the ultimate winner for me because for a while I went to experiment. I stopped taking creatine, and let me tell you, I felt the difference. My energy levels weren't there. I did not recover as fast, and honestly I just felt like crap after a workout. But since I ate creatine, I had that extra stores in my muscle. I could go ahead and be in the gym a little bit longer, or even if I didn't want to work out quite as hard, I didn't feel as sore afterwards. So this is why I take creatine, and I believe that every runner and lifter should be taking creatine because it is one of the most studied supplements on the market. And we have seen time and time again the benefits, not only when it comes to fitness, but cognitively as well. And it plays such a key role throughout your body, and honestly, we do not get enough of it. Like I said, unless you're eating steak or red meat every single day. So that's kind of my spiel on creatine and why you should be taking it as a runner, because if you want to recover faster, you want to run farther, you want to run faster, creatine is ultimately going to be the number one thing. So I don't tell everyone this, or I don't share this in every video. But if you want to save $25 on this guy here for your first time, you can go ahead and use the promo code FREE25, and that'll give you $25 off. But honestly, like I said, this guy here has been a game changer. It does come in blue raz slushy at the moment, which is super, super good. You can either drink it after your workout, before your workout, or even just throughout the day. So creatine is something that should be drank every single day, even on the days you're not lifting, even on the days you're not running. You need to supplement with it, and this is just going to help your body absorb it, because if you're only taking it on the days that you're working out or you're running, then you're not going to have as much of it. Another thing that people don't realize is creatine actually takes about a week to get into your system. Most people, they'll try it for the first time and they'll be like, I didn't feel any difference. So they'll stop taking it. But that's because your body did not have enough time to absorb it, to store it into your muscles. So therefore, you had no benefit from taking the creatine. So therefore, give yourself a week or so to actually absorb the creatine, and you try it. You let me know if you see a difference in it, because honestly, like I said, I can tell a huge difference, and creatine has been one of the most studied supplements on the market. So go ahead and give it a try and leave in the comments what you found, because honestly, I love to hear your feedback. If you have any questions, also leave that in the comments. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next one. Be the 1%.